Hello guys, my name is Sub-Zero Exabyte and I'm having a fantastic day. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as well, and if not yet hope you are going to have a fantastic day. But I think I know a certain way how I can make your day fantastic, and that is what we are going to do right now. Because we are going to play a horror game in Minecraft, so let's see how this going to pack out. So if the sound is really good as well, a life hack for that is if you are wearing headphones, which most of you are probably wearing, just have either your right or left ear uncovered with the headphone side and you will be half in your room and half really good in the game. But that is just the fun part, because if there is a jump scare then you are going to miss it, because really good jump scares have really good and creepy sounds, and that is just the cool effect from having a scary game with sound effects and jump scares. But anyways, since we are standing just right here, I am going to tell you the story about Bob the Banger, and I hope you are ready, because if you are not you need to get some popcorn or something, because this is going to be really intense for you. So here we go. The year was just at the beginning of the 21st century, so it is pretty relevant, but this story was hidden by the police and the government, so it would not concern people that live nearby the little town, and also not concern the people that even live somewhere there, because the people that would live there would probably have a smelly pants after you tell them this story happened in their town. So we are not going to name any towns so we don't concern the people that might live there, even though it is a relevantly small town. But I do not want to get in any trouble or anything, so I am not going to take the risk of saying something about a town with angry people. So here we go. Bob the Banger. You better be ready. I talked a bit off this minute, so you could have gotten your popcorn and lay back in your chair or in your bed or wherever you are. Bob the hot darn anger. The year once again was the beginning of the 21st century, and it was in a town that is going to be unnamed for reasons to not frighten the residents from that town. Bob was a friendly geezer growing up, and pretty much all of the residents knew little Bob. But as Bob got older he did not necessarily get any wiser, but he got a little bit fudged up in his head. On a night when Bob was in his bedroom, his parents had a little fight, and this was not new for Bob because his parents had a bit of a poopy marriage, but they did not want to get divorced because they might harm Bob's future with getting divorced. But they harmed his head just more with doing what they were doing. And what they were doing was not getting divorced, but almost every night that they were sitting at the television they would begin to have a little word with each other, nothing big but just a disagreement, but then either his mother or his father would say something and then all hell broke loose. And Bob started to see it coming, and when he first saw it coming he said something about it and that he did not like the way that his parents got along with each other, but they just sent Bob to his room. And Bob would get sad in his room, because he wanted to see his parents happy just like any other parents from the kids that he went to school with. But something around 3 years later the time was ripe, and it escalated so heavily with his parents that there was no way that they could live with the three of them anymore in that same house together. So Bob was a bit sick in his head from all that was happening at school, and also his situation at home, and his parents were to blame that it got this far. But Bob was on a normal day at school, and some of his friends were acting tough that they had a pistol at home. And Bob thought, hot darn, a pistol, that is pretty darn cool, even though if I say so myself, but if I had that and just threatened the situation at home, then maybe my parents would get along a bit better and I would save their marriage. But that was not how it worked, and neither did Bob get his hands on a gun, because with the age of 13 you cannot get your hands on a gun, or you have to know some pretty sketchy people. But Bob did not know any sketchy people, so he was there once again standing alone for himself. And Bob always thought that his mom had pretty cool spoons when she was cooking, and his uncle was a butcher and he always thought that that was the coolest thing that ever existed. And he liked those spoons that butchers use for soup, the one that is called a butcher spoon. So he went to his uncle and he said that his mom needed a butcher spoon for cooking reasons. But what his Uncle Billy did not yet know that his mom was not even home, but she was sleeping at a hotel at the time. But Bob told the story because he knew that his Uncle Billy would not know that his mom was there, because his parents would not really talk about their problems, but instead they would just keep it a secret to themselves. And Bob knew as well, and he wanted it to end because he did not like the way that it was heading towards. But Bob hid the spoon under his shirt, and he would tuck the spoon in between his leg and the part where the belt from pants are, and it was nice and clean on that place. But he got home, and his mom was not home, so there was no fight at home. But his dad had a bit too much to drink, and Bob did not like that because he was acting strange for some reason. But Bob did once again not really care, and he just headed to his bedroom and he put the spoon under his pillow just in case any burglars came in, because he was really afraid for burglars. So he went to bed, and in the morning somehow his mom made him breakfast and the two of them were acting happy. And that never happened. Well, not that Bob could remember, but his mom and his dad were both just happy, and that was nice for a change. But Bob did not yet know why they were happy. But just casually his mom was making little Bob some cereal and she just said it. She said that she and his dad were getting a divorce. Well, Bob did not really know that it was going to be a pretty huge deal for him, but he did know that it was not a really good sign to get a divorce. But he did not really care. But his mom still needed a place to sleep, and his dad was still paying all of the rent by himself, and he would claim the bedroom that the two had shared all those years. So his mom had to sleep in the garage where there was an attic and there was a nicely built guest room, and it was pretty much on the other side of where his father would sleep, so that was good because they then did not get into a fight. Well, that is at least what they thought, because that is just what happened. They got into a fight and our poor Bob went mad, and he got down from his bedroom holding a spoon and he headed down really mad, and he headed down to his bathroom that was for some reason on the same floor that the living room and the kitchen and all of that was. But what he saw there was just unhuman, because his mother had a screwdriver in her hands and his father was laying on the floor with a lot of blood around him, and he assumed that his mom had killed him. But that was not the case. Well, at least his mom told him that another guy that she talked with had killed him, and he just left the scene the same minute that she and Bob were standing there. And he knew that his mother would never even get the thought in her head to kill his father. So he knew that some other dude had done that, and he was sure that he would get revenge. He did not yet know how, but he was sure of that he would get revenge of that guy, because no one would just take something that close away from Bob. Bob was furious, but he could not do anything. And that is what made him even more furious, because he had no control over the situation. But the police showed up and they explained to the coppers what happened, because a murder does not really happen that often, so they had to explain what happened. But the sheriff of the town knew his mom, and his mom was a bit of a pretty woman, so the sheriff had a little eye on her and he knew her pretty well. So he believed that it was true what happened, and they said that they would do anything to catch the murderer, and they knew who the murdered was because it was a friend of his mother and his name was Timmy. And the police always knew that Timmy was not really 100% correct, because he was doing some shady stuff for the couple 2 years, but they knew that it could be Timmy that murdered someone because Timmy was always acting weird. He had this long posture and he had a really thick beard. He would always walk around in cargo shorts and he would always wear the same white t-shirt. He had some old sneakers, and those sneakers looked like but you just need to be a bit unlucky, then one of those things will rise underneath your feet and then you will be as unlucky to just walk there, and then you are dead, I guess. And then you didn't make it through puberty, but you can try again right here, so that is great. And we just need to jump as much as we can and just avoid as many of these sticks that we can. I don't want to die once again. But that was pretty hard. You didn't know when one of those things would come up at you. Wait, what do we need to do now then? Get through your first disco? Okay, that seems pretty easy, just jump on the... Oh, apparently we died. I am not sure why, because it didn't seem like we did anything wrong, but I guess that you have to guess which blocks are good and which ones are bad. Oh no, you don't do that. You just don't touch the colored things that give light. You need to stay on the black bricks. And if you touched one of those colored things, then you would die. Well, that wouldn't really be that good. But now we are somewhere else and we just need to wait, because we just need to sit our finals, and that is pretty great. You don't actually need to make any finals, but in here you just sit them out, so that is pretty great if I do say so myself. But this is taking pretty long. Wait, no, we have to answer the smiley with the hat. So let's do that. But I don't think that we can do this all too easily. We answered with Paris and we answered with 16 right now. Now we just need to answer what teens get on their face when they don't wash or eat too much sugar, which is a pretty obvious one, and those are like pimples or zits or however you want to call it. We just need to find the right word, and the right word was pimples. So not only one. Wait, complete this teen's program name. It is Family, guys. I know that. That was a pretty easy one as well. We had a couple more and now we are at how old you need to be when you get Facebook. I am not sure what that one is, but I think it is 18. But that was not good, and now we have just said something and it was good. I am not even sure anymore what I said that it was. Wait, what is this then? We need to get married? Well, that was pretty quick. we just had our finals and now we are getting married, and the priest looks a bit like Gandalf, so we can now say that our priest was Gandalf, which is pretty amazing. But now that we are married we can go to college or we can go to jail, and the smart choice is to learn, and that will be a bit easier. And now we just have to answer some more questions, and I actually don't know all of these. But if you don't know them you can reset character and you get new questions, I think, so that is something that is pretty smart as well, so that is just great. I don't think that any of you knew the answer to what the bone is called in the middle of your rib cage. And now we just need to wait until Peter Slot gets it, or we have to reset our character. But I am not sure. But Peter is pretty great and he doesn't know the answer as well as we don't know what the answer is, so this is pretty hard. But we just have to wait, and then all of a sudden you just skip it. Wait, what is this? Then continue along your path. So that is great. So, we just need to guess which ones are safe and which ones are not. But we keep dying, but Peter Slot also dies, so that is pretty great. Well, not that he is dying, but it is great that we also pretty much suck at what we are doing. We don't know which way we need to go, so that is not really that nice. But we just need to have some luck with what paths we take. We need to take the right one at the first. The second one, I am not really that sure what the second one is though. Hold up, we need to HMM. Let's take this one I guess, and that didn't really work out for us, did it? Well, we need to try again, so let's just do that right now so we can keep going, and I don't want to die anymore. But I saw Peter Slot standing on not the left one but one to the right. Yeah, that one. So, we already know two of them, so that is great. We just need to guess the third one and continue our path. But wait, we need to now just not die 2 times, and if we do it is also not really that of a big deal. We can just go his, that is pretty great. But wait, what do we need to do now then? Find your lost loved one? It sounds pretty weird, but whatever, let's just do that anyway. Our lost loved one might be in this house, but we can't be sure where she is, so let's just find her. But we don't know where she is, as I said, so it is going to be pretty hard to look for her. But that is okay, we have got some time in our life, so we can just take some time and just look for her. So, let's keep looking and let's just hope that we find her though. But I don't even know where she could be, so just look for her and just hope that she is somewhere. And is she in the underworld? I am not sure, but she might be, so let's enter the underworld if we want to, and we want to, so let's do that as well as finding her. Maybe she is in the underworld, as I said. I hope so, because then I can stop looking, so that is great. But it is pretty hot in here, it seems like. So, she might be here and she might be beautiful, and that she is the cause of all of this lava. But no, this is a maze once again. I am not looking forward to this maze. I don't like this one though. But let's just continue finding our lost loved one and search for her. We can't really smell her or know where to look. We just need to have some luck that we find her. But if you don't even know where you should look, then that is pretty hard. But I think that we are heading the right way, I think, so that is great. But we might just reset at the beginning, because you never know where the people are that you are going to love. But we just need to continue searching and just hope for the best. I am not sure if we have been reset back at the beginning, but we might have been, I don't know. I can remember these places. It all looks the same to me, so that is not great, but we have at least found something. I am not sure what this is, but I think that we are making some progress, so that is something at least. And if we just not die her and just not fall into the lava, then the path will just take us to where we need to go, and it is just going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now we just need to respawn and hope that we just make it in one try, and if we do, then I will be really proud of myself. And we just need to follow this road again. And we have been reset all the way back at the house where we just entered the RPF to find your loved one, but we need to do that entire maze again, so that is not something that is really that great. But we can try again, so that is nice. But she was actually inside of this church that we were in just a second ago. And now the cute thing that we need to do is find some flowers for our loved one, so that is not really that hard. I don't really know where the flowers grow, and we also need to find a couple of different flowers, so that is not really that great. But we just need to keep looking and everything will be okay. But I don't know where these flowers are going to be at, so oh, I think I see some yellow ones on my left, but let's ignore those ones and we just go back there when we want to, and then it will be alright. But we just need to have some luck. If we find the orange ones and we actually take a good look at the yellow ones, then we just need to find other flowers and then we are done. But we still haven't found any darn flowers, but that doesn't matter because the lava gate is a success. I am going to need to end the video here, but I will be back soon, so until then I say goodbye.